year on Workers' Memorial Day, working people throughout the world mourn for the people who were hurt and killed on the job and renew our struggle for safe workplaces. The best way, and I need to underline this, the best way to make sure workplaces are safe is to make sure workers have the freedom to join together in a union. Together, workers can fight to make their issues a priority. Together, workers can fight to keep and create good jobs in this country. Together, workers can fight for safe jobs. Today, this weekend, and several other times, in town squares and union halls, in front of manufacturing plants and in memorials, in community after community, we have gathered together to do just that, to fight for safe workplaces and good jobs for all workers. Now, Don already mentioned that in 2006, the most recent numbers we have available, that over 85 Kansans lost their lives in their workplace. We all work to make life better for ourselves and for our family. And when we sit across the breakfast table from that family and we say goodbye to them as we walk out the door on the way to our jobs, we have a right to expect, and our children and our families have a right to expect, that we're going to come back home to them at the end of the day. For far too many Kansas workers, they did not get that opportunity to clock out. They did not get that opportunity to come back home and to see their family again. And this must change. Penalties for job safety violations are too weak. Even when workers are killed, OSHA penalties are usually only a few $1,000s, a mere slap on the wrist. To the families who lost their loved one, to loss a primary wage earner, the cost is much higher. Now, I need to get political for a second. It's kind of what I do. We have a lot at stake in this 2008 election. That's why we need to support people like Don Betts and the other good candidates. I want to take a second to stop and recognize some of the allies we have on this issue. We have some elected officials and some candidates in the room. Could I get you to stand up for a second and just so everybody can see who you are? These people need your support, and they deserve your support because they support you. Let's keep them coming back. But also this November, we have the opportunity to change the direction of the country in a different way with the election of a new president. We need a president who's going to lead the country in protecting workers' safety and health. Both Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are strong supporters of workers, unions, and strong workplace safety and health protections. Both have committed to strong OSHA enforcement and restoring ergonomic protections. John McCain has a terrible record on worker safety and health. During his 26 years in Congress, John McCain has voted against virtually every worker safety measure that has come up. He opposed a field sanitation standard to provide farm workers drinking water and toilets in the fields. He opposed strengthening criminal penalties for willful OSHA violations when workers are killed or seriously injured. He opposed notifying workers at high risk of occupational disease because of workplace exposures. And in 2001, he joined President Bush and other Republicans to kill the OSHA ergonomic standard. The Bush administration has a dismal worker safety record, and John McCain has supported it down the line. We cannot afford 4 or 8 more years of those kind of policies. It's up to all of us to make sure that doesn't happen. On this Workers' Memorial Day, we remember and pay tribute to those who have lost their lives on the job or who have been made sick or injured. On this Workers' Memorial Day, we call for an end to the unnecessary deaths of our brothers and sisters and action on jobs hazards that kill and injure. On this day, we rededicate ourselves to ending injustice in the workplace, to fighting for stronger job safety laws and protections for all workers. And on this day, we commit to doing all we can to change the direction of this country so that worker voices will finally be heard. Now, it should be clear to us that we all have a role in this fight. We are not alone in this mission. One of the best ways to protect worker safety and workers' rights is to become active in your union. Unions are the driving force to ensure safe workplaces and fair treatment of workers. To that end, and you deserve recognition for that, To that end, if you are a member of any union, please stand now. I would like to introduce another key partner in this struggle. As you all know, Workers' Memorial Day, we choose this time of the year because it commemorates the 35th now, whatever, anniversary of the establishment of OSHA. 37, 38. For the past 30 years, OSHA and unions have formed a key partnership to protect workers. Several studies have shown that unions greatly improve OSHA enforcement. For example, in the manufacturing industry, the probability that OSHA inspections would be initiated by worker complaints were as much as 45% higher in unionized workplaces than in non-union ones. Unionized establishments also are as much as 15% more likely to be the focus of programmed or targeted inspections in the manufacturing industry. In addition, a study found that unionized setting workers were much more likely to exercise their walk-around rights to accompany an OSHA inspector to inspect potential violations. Inspections lasted longer, and penalties for non-compliance were greater. In the construction industry, studies have shown that unions raise the probability of OSHA inspections by 10%. To speak more about OSHA and the OSHA Union Partnership, I'd like to introduce one of our local OSHA response team leaders, Mr. Jack Schaefer, to tell you more about what OSHA does.